So here's a little question from Michael. Now Michael's bought this house, he said it's 1970s, no 1950s, with a kitchen extension that was done in the 70s. Now this surprises me slightly. What he's saying is it's got a Stramit board here. So if you look at it, all that straw up there is basically, it's wood wool and it's shavings if you like, and they cast them in a sort of cement so that they become like a concrete slab, but the structure, if you like, is the wood. It was something that was used, you know, for a few years. I would have thought it was 1950s, but he's saying 1970s, fine, yeah, okay. It was around in the 60s quite a lot. And the problem is that when a window cleaner went up there with a ladder sometime to just put their feet straight through it, it didn't have a great deal of impact resistance or point load resistance, but spread across there, it's lasted. And he's thinking now that because he's got the ceiling down, he should insulate in that area. And he's wondering how to do it, because he's saying he wouldn't mind doing a warm roof, which would be putting the insulation on the top of that Stramit board, but he's got a soil pipe that runs across there, which is going to make it very difficult to do. But, you know, if you do it underneath, supposing you put the insulation underneath, you've got a problem with the vapor barrier with cross ventilation, because if you've got insulation in that void there, which is fine, you could put 100 millimeters of Kingspan or Celotex or any of those sort of things in that space across there. But what you'd need is cross ventilation to remove any moisture that was condensing on the underside of that Stramit board, because eventually you will get rot in those timbers. So let's have a look at what else he's got. Here we can see here where they've let the timbers into the steel beam, and I don't think, unless you can get something on top, that looks like a bit of cavity wall insulation, by the way, blown through there, stopping there. Unless you can get some kind of cross ventilation in there, you're going to be better off trying to get a warm roof. And if you've got a soil pipe, well, unfortunately we don't have any photographs of the soil pipe above, but if the soil pipe is laying across the roof, if you like, it's the branches going across the roof, it is still possible to get your warm roof above that and box that in so that that becomes within the warm area, if you like. Probably not a job for a DIYer, although some of it probably is, but the actual waterproofing of it would be something you'd want to leave to somebody else. But you could do that. You could put that Celotex or any of those insulation materials on top of that roof, and then get yourself something like an EPDM, which is a rubber membrane, sort of Goodyear rubber membrane on top of that. Get it nicely fixed up the wall so the flashing is watertight. And I think you'll have a pretty good structure there, but trying to put that insulation from underneath is going to be tricky.